God created the world perfectly balanced, everything for a purpose and a reason, all working together in a rotation of life. It's the fall of the year. The trees are changing colors. The mornings are crisp and cold with frost, watch it, on the pumpkin. Warm, beautiful afternoons and cold, freezing nights. Almost all the elements for a good mix. That's what this represents. Here's how successful harvests are achieved. Ground preparation. Then you must plant. Then you fertilize and cultivate. And then, with lots of time, you eventually are able to harvest. Plant, cultivate, harvest, blessing. The blessing always comes after the harvest. The harvest always comes after the proper cultivation. There's no need for cultivation if you don't first plant. And if you don't prepare the grounds to receive the seed, it makes no difference, nothing will happen. If you want to make it big in life, prepare the grounds of your mind. You do that by developing and accomplishing a mighty dream within your own thought process. If you want to succeed, you got to do what successful people do. Now, how do you prepare the grounds of your mind? You read books, positive mental attitude books, principle of success books, spiritual books. May I suggest the Holy Bible? You listen to other successful people who have gone before you. You listen to CDs. You watch DVDs. You attend rallies and seminars and learning sessions so that your mind's able to receive the dream that God will provide to you. If you've got nothing up here to give out, you've got nothing to give out. Just like these fields were prepared for pumpkin seed. They were plowed, then they were disked, and then all of the farming ethics and operations had to take place before the seeds could ever be placed in the ground, knowing full well that once properly planted, they will always produce the desired plant and its fruit. Success isn't an accident, it's a planned event. It doesn't just happen. There's a lot of effort that has to go into it. So if you want to succeed, prepare the grounds of your mind for success. That will take as long as you want it to take. But if you're not there, obviously you haven't given it enough attention. Change. Read more. Listen more. Watch more. Associate with other successful people more than you've been doing. Because if you properly prepare the ground and then prepare your mind with knowledge, information, and understanding, it's just a matter of performance. You see, the only difference between you and me is time and effort. And the only difference between a ditch digger and a millionaire is how they spend their spare time and their spare money. If you're truly successful oriented, you don't waste time. You don't waste time in unimportant efforts. You focus your attention on that which you need to know in order to grow. This field is an exact replica of success. Only now are they beginning to gather the pieces of equipment needed to harvest the crop. It will then be sold here 2 weeks before Halloween, and then the money flows and the blessing comes with it. But you know that it was way back in the spring, when it was still cold, when the farmer had to get on a tractor, hook up his plow, come out and begin to turn the soil over before the seeds were even in the ground. God's word says, "Give, and it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing in the same measure that you gave it out." It took a pumpkin seed to produce a pumpkin. Because when God created the world, He gave everything a seed for reproductive purposes that produces like kind. Never once in recorded history has a cucumber seed produced a pumpkin. So you live on that promise and base your life on it. You want more? First got to give more. What you give is going to be blessed and multiplied over a period of time. How much time? If you have to know the answer before you get the result, you're never going to make it, because that shows no faith. When these seeds were placed in the prepared ground, when water was delivered through the irrigation system, after fertilizer had been properly applied, then, and only then, the farmer had to wait for God's hand to work and turn that seed into a vine that produced a flower that turned into a little pumpkin. And with more time and patience and consistent watering, the little pumpkin expanded and grew into something great. That's the game of life, friends. God has a planned purpose for your life. It's called His will for your life. When you finally figure out what it is and begin to further your energy and efforts towards that, and spend your spare time and your spare money in the process of consistently achieving it, you're going to be blessed. You're going to reap the rewards. And they're always much greater than what you put into the ground. Because there's more than one pumpkin on a vine. One seed produced the vine produced the crop. You're always going to get more back than you planted in life if you take care of it and you stay at it. But you're also going to get it back later after you planted it, not the next day. The greatest personal characteristic of successful people is patience. It's also one of the hardest things to achieve in your life. Just remember this: God is in it for the long haul. Are you? Peace and love to all of you. Papa Bear.